Hey YouTube, coming at you with a viewer submit meme from Jared, who submits all the time, and they say start out 13-2 with this team and round into a healthy 19-6. Lucario definitely seemed to catch a lot of opponents off guard. Tried to cover its weakness with a Bomb Snow and Licky. Both of them had their share of MVP moments. All in all, pretty fun team. Thanks. Yep. So, like I said, I think I mentioned it maybe in a couple of videos. There's really only Lucario as one of the only viable fighters in this meta. Licky Licky, I think, is actually a pretty smart, underrated pick because of the same thing. You're triple weak to fighting here, but there is not a lot of fighters in the meta. So you can kind of get away with going something like this. And Licky Licky is bulky. He's got that Shadow Ball coverage here instead of Earthquake. Bomb Snow spamming. You got your flying coverage there. So let's take a look at how it plays out. Obviously, with a great record. Probably very well. Terrible lead there. So going to go into... Licky Licky, yeah, the only reason you go into Licky Licky here is because you were worried that if you come in with the grass, which is the hardest answer, they may have an answer to it. So, shielded up an Earth Power, assuming that they weren't going to bait a Licky Licky. Going straight Shadow Ball. Obviously, Licky Licky is not very attack heavy, so a non-stab Shadow Ball does not do much. Do grab a shield there. These Earth Powers, these mud slaps are adding up. I mean, at this point, I think it's done its job. I think you just let it go. It is another Earth Power. That's fine. We got a Bomb of Snow on it. Is that a Shadow Bomb of Snow that I'm seeing here? It is. I will add the Shadow. And they eventually get into Dust Noir. So not... The thing with a Bomb of Snow is there's not a lot of fighters, and I don't even think I've seen like maybe one fire. So if you take those away, maybe a bug here or there, it's got a pretty solid play against the open meta. Just got to watch out for some steals that resist all the moves. But otherwise, spam city here. Here comes the weather ball. They do shield. Going to catch on the Lucario. So catching the move here. It is dynamic punch. So that one shot. So thank you for your sacrifice, Lucario. Met with a Spirit Tomb and one energy ball. We're not going to take it out. So trying to go back to back here with the weather balls. There's one. Here comes the second one. That's Shadow really helping us out here to take this out in 2 weather balls. Can we farm down here? Oh, they got 2 Pokemon left. Gastrodon. Oh, too much health on Gastrodon. Spiritomb. I said the other day, and I'll probably have a team coming. I think it's the safest Pokemon in this meta. They come Drapion, which is crazy. Why they would come Drapion into a Lucario, I do not know. Only can go Aqua Tail, and that will not take out on the first. And you're going to win CMP here. If you deciding to go for the full farm down instead. Going to burn a shield. It's viable. You'll come out with like a ton of energy. And you have a close combat, so you may catch like a Gastrodon or something off guard if it comes in. So they decide to come in with Gastrodon. Oh, no, you got to throw the close combat, my man. So throwing the Thunder Punch, do grab a shield and able to then get off the close combat, which I doubt they double shield. So do take it to the yellow. And then we have, I was going to say alignment here. It's okay, right? Sucker Punch is neutral. They can't throw Shadow Ball, so they have to throw Rock Tomb. But at this point, a Bomb of Snow is your sort of win con. So you are just trying to chip as much as you can here with these rollouts and Shadow Balls. But otherwise, I would just save shields for a Bomb of Snow. Only problem is they may just commit to the aggressive farm down and come out with 2 moves, both of which could be super effective and lower your attacks. So Rock Tomb is the quicker move to get to as well. So here comes the first one. They are a little short of it, so you're going to take them out before you get to the next one. So that's nice. Take them out. How much health is left on the Gastrodon? Not that it matters. Take it out there. Frostlass. Okay, so both instant swap. So we have a Drapion against a Licky Licky here. So got to go Body Slam. Both farming up to like 90 energy here. Here comes the first crunch. And see, this is why I always shield the first one, because it's more likely. Yeah, so okay, that's just still a crunch. But like that, it could potentially be an Aqua Tail bait, right? Because now you are worried about that crunch taking you out. So do grab one shield right back. You still have 2 body slams here. And they commit the double shield. So going to come back in Lucario just to eat this. Probably sacrificing Lucario at this point. Yeah, you know what? Okay. See, I don't know about that. I know you're going to come out with energy. But if the Frostlass come... Oh, why would the Quillfish come in? So this thing's going to probably get one shot. Close combat is neutral here. So goodbye Quillfish. Frostlass eventually comes back in. We'll take... I still think you throw Thunder Punch here. Close combat I think is single resisted, but I still think it does more. But it does not matter. Do get the Shadow Ball off on the Licky. So this will one-shot what's left here. Roll it down the Drapion. Don't even need to show the Abomasnow. Okay, terrible lead, Gastrodon. Gonna go once again Licky. Trying to think, yeah, like Steels, Fighting, and Fire. And those are, I get it. I get why you're coming Licky. Even though Licky does not have a good matchup, right? Because the Roll It is resisted, non-stab Shadow Balls. It's just overall not great in this matchup here, but you can just take... I think with Shadow Abomasnow and Lucario, you do exactly what you're doing, is just try and grab shields and chip, but that is unfortunate. They are 100% at 2 Aqua Tails here, so one will not take out, but then you got a decision to make here. So opting to shield this, they're probably close to 3 here. I wouldn't get too aggressive. Yeah, you gotta have that. I don't count, and it's easy to count this one too because it's just straight force to Aqua Tail, so it is actually quite easy to count. But you gotta have a clock going on there. Like, oh, they farmed up a ton. There could be getting close here. Close combat lands. There is your Growlithe. Not a lot of fire. So there's one of them. Energy Ball does land. But they will get to a move and take you out. It was neutral because they're half rock, half fire. Dusknoir, tough lead. Licky is a wall to this. So let's see. Well, it's not a wall because it had Dynamic Punch, so that's not totally true. Spiritomb comes in. Gonna get Shadow Ball off here. Probably does like 50%. Just probably like 50, 60. They're gonna get to a move. You can live a Rock Tomb. And you should be able to get your Shadow Ball here. And this will take out. So let's see if they want to keep switch or come in and get ahead on energy on something else. Letting it go. Opting to come ahead and get ahead on energy on Dusknoir. I actually do. Oh, you do get the Shadow Ball. I kind of like that idea. Thinking that if you can just get to a bunch of energy, you can take it out. Oh, they did not know that you can get to it. And yeah, top left. That's frustrating. I like their idea of that. But yeah, once you got to the Shadow Ball, you got to shield that. Okay. Gastrodon comes in. Going to absolutely get met with a Abomasnow here. Body Slam for sure is going to be like a third. Yeah, let's say third-ish. The Mud Slaps are chipping, but you can probably live one more Body Slam. Opting just for these Weather Ball. The only thing I don't like about... Okay, they do shield. I'm really surprised they shielded. Yeah, I think you have to shield back now, but... I thought they could like let that go and then maybe... live and maybe get to another move, but opting to shield... Take it to the ones where you have another move for the Palkia. This is neutral because it's half water, half dragon, so this will still chip a good amount. Yeah, almost out. They eventually get into Drapion. Lucario's just going to have a... Oh, it is an Ice Fang Drapion? Not that that matters because Lucario is a steel, so that resists poison and the ice. And they shield, and it's just... I think it's an easy shield back, honestly. Yeah, easy shield back. Get to the Thunder Punch, take this out. So take it out. Palkia, what, has 1 HP left or what's left? Yeah, a couple HP left. Okay, Lucario into Gliscor. Again, a tough one. You have a good answer in Abomasnow, but opting to just stay in this matchup. Throwing the Thunder Punch. I think Thunder Punch is still single resisted because ground double resists here. Yeah, so there's your single resisted. You could have come Licky Licky with rollout, body slam, or shuttle ball combo. And now eventually getting into it, do catch a move. Yeah, so ground double resist, and the only reason I know that is because of Swampert. A million times playing with it, knowing that Swampert as a water ground resists electric. And the only way that it resists electric is if ground double resists electric because water takes super effective. I've played with Swampert a billion times to know that. So land the Shadow Ball on the Dialga. Where are we going to go here and eat it? On the Lucario. We're going to shield it, just going to sacrifice it. Going to shield the Draco. Gliscor comes back in, shielded because we do have energy here. Let's see if they want to commit this last shield here or let it go. They do let it go. What's in the back? Palkia? Yeah, figured as much. But holy smokes. Resisted Dragon Breaths, and these Force Palms are destroying this thing. This thing is obviously just having a lot of fun, but opting to switch in case they farm you down and come out with a move there, but I don't know if they'd be able to resist the Dragon Breaths, but it would have been close. Lucario is pretty classy. So do take that out. Mirror match here. You're triple weak to fighter, so I think you just have to play this out. And they are running some sort of resisted move. Oh, you know. So coming in with Licky Licky into Gliscor. Gliscor is double weak to ice. And yes, I know it has Fury Cutter and Aerial Ace, and both are super effective against Bomb and Snow, but I think you got to take that double super effective advantage. But I guess timing, you would get outpaced. So maybe it's not the bad move. Because it would probably only take 10 to Aerial Ace with super effective Fury Cutter as well. So maybe you do come in Licky here. Okay. So grab both shields. What are they doing? So burn both shields just to get sniped here and lose all that energy. So now down. Yeah, now they top left because that was not good. Vespiquen. Yeah. Thunder Punch is super effective. X's is resisted. Power Gem's resisted. Fury Cutter's resisted. So yeah, you just stay in this matchup and throw those super effective X's. Actually, the bug is double resisted. Resisted on fighting and steel. So this is a really nice matchup for Lucario despite the Force Palm being resisted. And making a catch. I don't know about this catch. You just caught a double resisted move onto a neutral Pokemon and gave up switch at the same time. I would recommend not doing that for the obvious reasons that you just gave up switch for no reason and you took a move that would be otherwise double resisted and you would have taken that switch on the lead. But do grab a shield from, they were worried about the Earthquake. Yeah, you know what? I would expect most people would think Licky Licky is running Earthquake, and so able to just grab both shields. Drapion's just very scared that you were going to get to one of them. Going to shield, you're only going to get to, if you decide to go to, yeah. If you were going to try and go to close combat, they would have got to another Aqua Tail. So just opting to chip with the Thunder Punch, not enough to take out, but enough to put it within a couple HP that it should be just Powder Snow range. So let this go, Powder Snow range. They give up switch. It is the Samurott, which is half water here. Do get to move. I probably wouldn't want to take a move. It's probably X-Scissor too. Oh, Icy Wind. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Going to farm up a bit. This should one-shot, even though your attack is now lowered. So goodbye. Drapion is on like 1 or 2 HP, and what is left? I forget. Oh, Vespiquen. They're trying to burn the switch clock to try and make a catch, but I think you took that out a little too fast for them to make any sort of catch here. And Powder Snow down gets me close. Yes, Powder Snow down with 1 HP before they poison Sting down. Drapion, good lead. They are staying in. You know, they'll get to an Aqua Tail. It'll chip. You'll get to a Thunder Punch, and then they'll make a decision whether they want to grab one shield from you or just let it go. Throw. No. See, I don't like this. I really don't like this play. I understand you're coming out with an insane amount of energy and switch. and it's a freaking licky licky. So this thing is just going to dominate it. And they don't expect it. Okay, so this is a top left for your opponent. With all that said, I don't care. I personally still don't think it is worth that play. It did lead to a 5-0. I did see that. So congratulations and a good team. But here's my thought process behind that play. You live one Octail for sure. So you can let that go, no problem. I think a Force Palm and Thunder Punch takes them out. And I think you can just take Switch with that. And I think Switch with not even a little bit, with still probably like a third of health on Lucario. And a little bit of extra energy. Because you probably could have gone like 1, maybe 2 extra Force Palms there. When did they do it in 8? And you're there in 12. Okay, so you can do 1 extra Force Palm. So you can do 1 extra Force Palm and a Thunder Punch. And you have a little bit of energy, a third of health, and Switch. That scenario to me is all you need. You do not need Switch a ton of energy but down a shield. Because what if something came in, I'm trying to think of this meta, that would resist the fighting and the electric? Is there anything in this meta that would fit through? I don't even know if there's a Pokemon that would do that. I'm just trying to look at the rankings here. What would resist fighting and electric? Gliscor. It'd be net single resisted, right? Double resisted on the ground, single, and super effective on the flying. So Gliscor would resist the fighting, and it would resist the electric. So you can, like, I guess you get a Bomb Snow on it, but then what happens, right? You chip it with Thunder Punch, resisted. Maybe you grab a shield, maybe not. You do get double super effective, but then they may have some energy on it. Although Fury Cutter won't farm down, so maybe that's not the right play. I don't know. I personally wouldn't do it, but you do you. There is like, maybe I should do a video like that one day. Just because I say I don't do it doesn't mean that strategy is one that does not exist. Deciding that Lucario with Switch and an insane amount of energy is more valuable than a shield is a legit thought process. So I don't want to just be like, where did you pull this dumb strategy from? Like, it's a legit strategy. It's just a strategy that I would not use, because I think that, again, personally coming out with even shields, a little bit of energy extra, and half health is more valuable than down a shield and Switch with energy. But that's just my preference. Everyone can have their own preferences. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. This afternoon, there's a new Pokemon out this weekend. So I covered it this afternoon about how good or bad it is and why and how it can get better. So stay tuned for that this afternoon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.